What is going on, Team Tactile? Welcome back to the channel. Super excited to get into me learning how to solder, which will hopefully help you learn how to solder as well. So for this video, what I have here is just a soldering iron that I was able to grab off of Amazon, some solder itself. This is lead based, so I got an open window over here because everybody seems to say that lead based is going to be better or easier if you're a first-time learner, but that's really all we need to get started. And then of course we have a PCB with our switches already in it that needs to be soldered because this is a solderable PCB. So let me get all this stuff kind of unboxed and set up, and then we can take a look at what we're going to do to figure out how to solder this PCB up. Cool. All right, so we got the soldering iron heated up. I was doing some practice over here. I'm not going to be an expert at this to start with, but that's okay. And really all we're going to do is, try to get these pins connected. So I'm just going to go in here trying to go somewhat left to right just to keep things organized. And get some solder all over this point. Once it's kind of filled in, move on to the next one. And there we go. So, just like that, you can see I am gonna be far from an expert, but even just in those few, we're getting a little better as we go. And then I don't think we'll have any issues, frankly, because to me the gap looks pretty well filled and just a little globby. So yeah, definitely not my thing. Probably better at sweating pipes than I am at soldering circuit boards and things like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish up all of these and let's see how we do. Alright, so I've gone through a few of these now, and by a few I mean a bunch, so I want to talk a little bit about what I'm figuring out as I go. Again, I don't expect to be perfect at soldering because I've never done it before. But ultimately, all of these have the connections made, but I'm gonna take a look at this one right here, and we're gonna try to show. So really it's about kind of putting the soldering tip there, moving your solder wire in, and then I find kind of just massaging around the pin with both the wire and the soldering iron seems to mostly get where you need to be. And then you just move on to the next one and kind of same thing, put your soldering iron down, kind of push into it with your wire a bit, and then if you have to kind of switch over to the other side, I've been doing this a lot just to make sure that everything is quite full. And yeah, I mean, again, I'm aware that a lot of these are less than beautiful, but ultimately they should still all work to make that connection, right? So that one went a little easier, and some of these are a little more difficult, but overall, we're just looking again, trying to get those little kind of peaks off of them, so the circus tent look, and maybe we can see here. So definitely getting better as we go. Some of them are a little more globby than others, but overall, I think we're doing okay, and we'll make sure to test it out, make sure everything's working. But this is actually, I thought I was going to really dislike soldering. It seems like a lot of work, and it is, but it really makes you feel more in touch with what you're doing as far as the hobby goes. Do I want to make every keyboard a soldered keyboard after going through this right now? Probably not, but I am enjoying feeling more like I'm building the keyboard by going through this, versus kind of Hotswap, which is, you know, there's nothing wrong with how easy it is. It's great. I enjoy easy for a lot of things, but there's just something about this that feels pretty satisfying, you know, in putting all of this together. You know, now testing and everything and seeing if it's going to work out is a totally different piece to it, but this is actually pretty fun. I like it. So if you like to tinker, I would highly recommend grabbing a solder board, you know, trying it out, and, you know, taking it from there. So I will probably be heads down on this for a little while longer, and we can get back into figuring out how this went once I'm done. So yeah, that was a little bit of me soldering. Again, you can see kind of all the points. You guys let me know, do you enjoy solder boards? Have you switched exclusively over maybe to Hotswap boards and just don't even deal with it? I'm kind of on the fence for just, I feel more connected with it now, but it's definitely a skill that I've wanted to kind of try out and learn, and, you know, I think it went well. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys enjoy soldering your keyboards, or if you've just switched over exclusively to Hotswap for the ease of that. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all in the next one.